Today we have a custom weapons rack tutorial. We're going to learn how to make 4 different kinds of gun racks. Then the idea is you can customize them however you like for your tastes. So we have a pistol rack, an enclosed glass rack, a rifle rack, and a display case rack. So let's head on out to the courtyard here at Covenant and get started with our first one. The tools that I used for this particular job are the ball track supports and a shillar. There's a link in the description to the original shillar video if you want to learn how to make one. The first thing we need is a static wall, meaning one that is already part of the settlement that you cannot delete. And then we're going to place 6 of these small weapon racks, the short ones. Afterwards, we're going to place our guns. I just went with the old school 10mm pistol here, but you can add whatever kind you like. And I noticed my HUD visibility was all the way down, so that's how you turn it back up. So now we are going to line up the gun racks. We want to group select the gun and the rack with the long press on A, because we're actually going to merge them to get them closer together. I think this creates a much more aesthetically pleasing look. Now, because I had this a little bit low, we're going to group select it and raise it vertically with the LB and A button on Xbox. The concept is the same on PlayStation and PC. I just don't know the corresponding buttons. My wife plays on PlayStation next to me every night, and she does the same thing. The buttons are just called something different. I actually played on PlayStation 1 and 2, and then switched to the Xbox One, or was it the 360? Yeah, it was the 360. So now we're going to frame the racks, and don't worry if they're perfect, because a lot of that is going to get covered up. You can use any kind of post you want, the wire fencing post or the picket fence posts, the warehouse posts, the farming posts. It's really your imagination. I elected with these to give it kind of an industrial look, to match the slightly more modern look of the 10mm pistols. You'll notice that that right one is rotated a little bit. We will do that over. Next, we're going to add some lights. So we're going to head over to the poster section and find one of these self-lighted posters. And then we're going to group select it and put it right on in there. You can really combine just about anything you want. And I'm hoping that by practicing these techniques, it'll open you up to a lot of other things creatively. All right, that's a little high. So now we're going to place this. And I could try the fire pit, but I'm here. I'll just do it this way. I don't even know if the fire pit works inside of these buildings. I forget. I originally had one of these racks in here made with the barn posts instead of the warehouse posts. And I lost a bunch of footage, so this is version 2. And a clever technique that you can use to see if your rack is recessed into the wall is to hit start, and it will show you what is visible. Thanks to Oldie Noodle for that tip. And because I noticed that the weapons racks were sticking out of the sides, I'm going to fill those in real quick. I just couldn't seem to get it right, and there's no reason to watch 10 minutes of that. Looks good. Now let's go for the other one. And since I know exactly where the point is, I'll just run into the wall. I mean, place this where it goes. Perfect. Now for part 2, we're going to do the rifle rack. And since we've learned a lot of the techniques we'll need here, it should go a little bit faster. This time we want the long weapons rack, and we want 4 of them. And again, we're going to place our rifles, whichever ones that you like. I kind of want them to be centered. I really like the look of those operator sniper rifles. They look good. Alright, same process. We're going to align the racks using the shillar and hard pressing on that button to group select. And again, this is because I like the look of the closer weapons racks. If you're fine with yours having the larger distance between the guns, you can skip that part and just click them into place. Now we're going to frame this one. We're going to start with the wooden wall shelves to do a top and a bottom. You can use the metal ones if you want. For the rifles, I like the wood look. Move that to more easily to work with location. And again, the racks don't have to be absolutely perfectly lined up because we're going to cover up those edges. For this one, I think I will use the wire fence posts. So we'll double those up, maybe triple them. Let's see what they look like. And again, we're going to do the hard press on A with the shillar. And we're going to combine these into some longer posts. If you've seen my build a commissary video, this is the same technique, only I guess horizontally instead of vertically. I said longer, I meant wider. Let's see what these look like. Spoiler, I already know. When you're making these videos, you kind of do a lot of time traveling. All right. I actually want a bit more depth with the side frames. So let's add a couple more with our old trusty hard press on A with the shillar method. What this technique really does is ignore collision. I really do less and less snapping of objects as I go into my build journey. Almost everything ends up being handcrafted these days. That looks pretty good. Should we move it? No, time for the lights. Same method as before. We're going to use the lighted posters and we're going to hard press them. Oh, you see that right there? I group selected the entire settlement, and when you do that, sometimes it can make all your clutter fall down. And there we go. I'll have to put that back up. No big deal. About 10 minutes of work. I don't want to start all over, so I'm just going to do it. I am actually going to follow this video up with a decorating video. I'm going to go to each section of my Covenant build. We're going to drop inventory items and place them. We can learn about the different kinds of items that you can drop and the best ways to place them. That'll be the next one. And then after that, at some point, we will have the full Covenant tour. I've been here for a while. I've just been creeping along with this one. I did a couple of really intense builds at Grey Garden and Somerville back to back. And I just want to do something a little bit lighter right now. So I'm doing these tutorials, some deconstructions, some decoration, and a bit of a smaller settlement. That looks pretty good. One of them is ever so slightly lower, but I don't mind when things are a little bit asymmetrical. My personal philosophy is that symmetry is a bit overrated. Things get bent and used and worn, just like us. I've got to adjust this a little bit. Move this dumb sleeping bag. See right there, sometimes when you do the selecting of the shillar, it'll kind of jump in the air. You can stop it from doing that by clicking on it twice. Oh, that looks terrible. So there's a way to not do it. So let's fix it. Get it into the wall just enough. That looks pretty good. And now on to our third display case. So for this one, we're going to put a couple of guns inside of the glass case. So we need 2 of these racks. And again, place some guns. I'm just going to put these Institute guns. They look pretty neat. Very sci-fi. And we're just going to hard press like before with our shillar. And then move them to the back of the case. Get them positioned how you like them. There we go. Now we're going to move it. Because we have 5 items now, we have to group select it. So the rug might be our best bet. So we hard press on the A, move them all together, put it on the rug. Now you'll have to group select the rug it'll still work the same. Just gonna put it right there. You see how if I move that without group selecting it, the guns just stay in the air by themselves. Now let's add a conduit so that it has power. And I'm using what's called the Wi-Fi Glitch method. I've put a link in the description along with the other methods we've used today. If you want to learn this method, you can make things powered without having wires on them. Now sometimes wires look really good, and I don't like doing that. See, there we have a nice lit up display case. Now our last section is the glass enclosed display case. Now you'll notice that this Vault-Tec window and the large weapons rack are the same size. So we're just going to frame it with the shelves like the rifle rack, only we're going to double them up so that they go all the way across. And it's fighting me because it just works. I could leave it angled like that, but the window is flat and it will stick out. So I'm actually... Oh, we got it. Now we're going to select our gun. And I guess I'm going to choose the most anticlimactic one I have. And I want this one to kind of stand up from the ground. You'll see what I mean. So we're going to have to use the shillar for that one. Let's go ahead and do both of them so that we know that they're even-ish. Just think about all the things that you could use for framing. Really, just about any piece of furniture. Shelves and tables. Maybe pictures. Weird things like the snakes from the Nuka-Cola rides, or the Nuka-Cola games themselves. I play on the Xbox, like I mentioned, so I'm used to those controllers. When I play on PlayStation or PC, I am terrible. I just eyeball these things, but if you want them straighter, you can put a rack above or a picture to help you line them up horizontally. You could also put something cool behind that wire mesh. Give it some color. Maybe some posters. Put our glass front here. Now we're going to move this in front of the house. It's kind of like an emergency break glass if needed situation. And there we go. Now let's drop some clutter and put on some of those shelves. Again, let's turn my display back up. I love the little piggy bank grenades. It's just another way to get some color in this game, as are these ammo boxes. They look great. The way that I do these so quickly is I drop 6 less than the complete total I have, and then I drop the last 6. And then I pick up the larger amount and it goes back to my inventory. And then I use the one that's quantity of 6. And that's what I place. It really saves a lot of time. You don't want to scroll all the way over from 4,000 frag grenades, 5mm rounds. That would take forever. The menus on these games are heartbreakingly slow. They left a box of nails there after making the gun rack. Thank you for taking a look at my tutorial. I hope you're able to use some of these techniques in your own settlements and make some gun racks of your own. Thanks a ton and have a great day.